Well, howdy diddly dandy there, chums. Probably thinking this isn't a proper cup of tea with Captain Steve. That's not tea. No, it's lemsip. It's lemsip. I'm not feeling very well. Got a bit of a sore throat. But anyway, today I want to talk to you about scientists want to grow spare human bodies. They swear it won't involve consciousness. Okay, this sounds like a creepy sci-fi crazy film where they actually do have consciousness and try to escape. I'm sure I've seen a movie like that. Maybe not just one movie, in fact a couple. Anyway, let's jump on over to the old Tinterwebs and let's have a little read of this, because surely this can't be true, right? It can't be true. Alright, here we go. According to 3 Stanford scientists, a lack of human biological material is a major bottleneck to progress for medical research. A steadily growing idea is one known as bodyoids, biological structures created from human stem cells that don't have consciousness or feel pain. While access to such technology could supercharge medical research, the authors readily note that the idea is also awash with ethical considerations. You think? Lucky you've noticed that, yeah. Today's medical research experience a macabre crisis of supply and demand. Organ donors and scientists alike need more human bodies than are available. A new article published in MIT Technology Review. Well, where's the link to this MIT Technology Review? We'll try looking for that later, shall we? We'll try looking for that later. 3 scientists from Stanford University argue that there could be potential workarounds for what they describe as a major bottleneck to progress. One that crucially doesn't involve further exploitation of living sentient species. You what? That doesn't... So are you telling me that there already is exploitation of living sentient species? That doesn't sound good. However, the idea may be difficult to swallow. The need for organs and other human biological materials is dire. As a scientist notes, 100,000 people in the US alone are waiting for viable life-saving organ transplants, and trials of experimental drugs can risk harm to patients by slowing down their development. So the authors argue for the creation of spare bodies, or bodyoids, grown from pulp, whatever that word is, stem cells, a process made possible by recent technological advancements. The bodyoids would be cultured using genetic techniques that inhibit brain development. And as a result, these organic creations would lack consciousness or the ability to feel pain. Okay. That's, slightly worrying. Oh, has it got the link? They have got the link. Oh, here we go, here we go. Yeah, I'd sign my life away. Oh, what's this? Oh, for fudge's sake, no! I don't want to sign up for it. Alright, okay. Well, it looks like you can't actually view this one without being sneaky or something. Right, well, I've managed to get the image that was on that MIT website. There we go. Right, they are looking to grow actual human bodies, are they? Ah, damn it! I thought I could get in through a back door. Didn't freaking work though, did it? No, it didn't. Alright, anyway. I think you get the idea, people. I think you get the idea. That is very dystopian, isn't it? It's very dodgy. I don't really know how I feel about that. How I feel about, you know, basically lab-grown people. Now, another thing that I also read in conjunction with this is after they're done with the actual bodies, like taking the organs, and there's just meat left, they're thinking that people could eat human meat. And this was on another website or another thing that I was reading on this. Let me see if I can find that. Okay, of course. It was over on the Sun newspaper. I knew that I'd seen it somewhere. The Sun is a little bit... I wouldn't say it's the greatest of news sources. But here we go. Look, it can be served as meat. So, yeah. After you've harvested all the organs, why not? Why not treat yourself to a human bacon burger? You know? A little bit dodgy. A little bit dodgy, to say the least, people inside the viewerverse. A little bit dodgy. But anyway, you know, would you want to be a scientist in one of these labs, growing these bodyoids? I mean, I don't know whether they're going to look human. I mean, hopefully they don't. I don't know whether I could sleep at night if I was working in a place like those, carving up bodies, whether they're conscious or not. I mean, all their organs are going to be working, aren't they? When you're cutting into them still, the heart's going to be beating, the lungs are going to be going. I'll say that's a little bit freaking freaky, to be fair. Anyway, people, sign up in the comments. Let me know what you think of all of this. I get that there is a shortage of organs. Now, I've got a rather dodgy solution to this. If I had to solutionize something for this, I would say anybody that's in prison for murder in the first degree, that it was premeditated, that it didn't happen out of accident, they actually went out their way to take somebody else's life. And there was no mitigating circumstances. This guy, this girl is bang to rights. They're guilty, 100% guilty, no questions. I feel if they've been given a life sentence, they should be given the opportunity to save somebody else's life by either giving a kidney, or by giving part of their spleen, or by giving a lung to somebody that needs one of those organs. They can still function. Their quality of life is going to be a lot worse and perhaps shortened, but they're going to save the life of another individual that will probably perish without it. You've taken a life. If you save a life, we'll halve your prison sentence. You're still having a prison sentence, but we will halve it. And at the point that you hit the half time, that's when you can give your organ to get that half time. You don't give your organ then go back to prison, because your quality of life is going to be really terrible from that point onwards, isn't it? Or it's going to be diminished. Depending on time served and the balance, it would be down to a judiciary to understand whether, okay, right, you give your lung, you've got another 20 years to go, you know what, we'll just get rid of those 20 years. But if you've got another 30 years or something, they might say, okay, right, well, as soon as you've done your 10-year stint, we'll take your lung, then you can go free. Something like that. Is that going too far? I mean, it'd have to be consensual. You know, they'd have to sign up to it. They'd have to agree to it. But we're going up on tangents now. Back to bodyoids. Do you think bodyoids, non-conscious human bodies, should be grown and harvested? I mean, if I could sign up for it and actually have a version of me grown, and if any of my organs became damaged or whatever, I could have them transplanted, would I want to even sign up for that? What I wouldn't mind doing is if I could have a bodyoid grown for me at the time that I retire. So when I hit 70, if I started growing the body now, it should be around 18 years of age, roughly, when I get to the point I want to retire. If I could then have my head or my brain removed surgically and put inside of that younger version body of me, that would be more appealing. I mean, the brain can live like 140 odd years. It's just the organs can't. And, you know, they supply the brain, hence why the brain can sometimes get Alzheimer's. But if you could at least have one backup version of you to double your life span, and also your working life at that, that might be a little bit more prevalent. That might have a little bit more validity to it, because we have a shrinking population. I and Ivy don't have a child of our own. I mean, Ivy's got a son, I've got a stepson. But for people like me that haven't had a son of my own, I haven't got a legacy, if I could put my brain back inside of an 18 version of me and live over again, maybe I would have offspring. Maybe I would have a child. I wish that I did it earlier. Didn't have a partner that was successfully viable. Ethics. Questionable. But even that, I'm thinking, I do like that idea. I like that idea more than the idea of just going in and foraging for the odd organ or two, and then after there's no organs left, it goes on a barbecue for somebody. It probably won't be that way. It'll probably be, you know... But then there's a lot of people out there that would love to have a human sausage or a human burger or a bacon, whatever. It kind of then leads into cannibalism becoming more mainstream and normalized, doesn't it? And I kind of feel this is maybe just to normalize some weird stuff that's already going on in celebrity circles. It's like there were stories just a few years ago called Young Blood, where there was rumours going around that celebrities were getting blood of younger people and injecting it and infusing themselves, almost like an oil change. And they were like vampires. And all that was like, oh no, that's not real. That can't be real. That can't be real. It's freaking real, mate. There's actual places you can go and have this done now. It's normally fathers and sons that go there. So a son would go, or mothers and daughters, and they would go there, and the son or the daughter would transfuse some of their blood to their parent and makes them feel more energized and alive and all that sort of shenanigans. But it does happen. It's real. These things are now freaking real. I think they put these little stories out there just to test the water, just to get it into people's psyche and their mindset that these things are on the horizon and they're coming soon, and then they come and people are acceptant of it. So although this is just the first hint of this, I'm wondering whether it's going to be full-on freaking altered carbon, mate. You know, put yourself on a cordial stack or portable hard drive and load into a new frame. Not too dissimilar from the idea that I was just entertaining, though, of having my brain transplant at the point of retirement. Anyway, I've got to end off this video a couple of times and gone off on a tangent, haven't I? But I'm going to end now, because I want to drink the rest of my lemsip. Yes, lovely, lovely lemsips. Until next time, goodbye, goodbye, and goodbye again.
Okay.